Hello and welcome to this Backwards Compatible Comics Review. I'm Paul, and today we're going to be talking about Seven Bastards issue 7. This series has been created by Jason Aaron and Jason Latour and is published by Image. Now, issue 7 is a bit of a weird place to start, but if you'd like to read on a bit more about the first arc, issues 1 to 4, then please do check out the site. We've got full reviews up. But the reason I wanted to point out this second arc especially is just the way that the story's developed. In the first arc, the story was all basically set in roughly, I think, around the present day, and it focused on a character called El Tub. Now, things have happened within that story which I do think you should read. Don't worry, I won't spoil it here. But within that first arc, we got to meet Euless Boss. Now, this is the story about Euless Boss as he was growing up. In the main series, he's the man who basically runs Craw County, Alabama, and also is the coach of the Running Rebs, who are the local high school football team. As you can see on the front cover, standing right there, that's a picture of Euless Boss as he is now. So, to say he's a despicable, horrible character is to put it mildly, really. And I think the first arc does a great job of setting him up as that kind of hate figure. But towards the end, there's a part of it where, even though he's done something despicable, you have to respect the man a little bit, and that's something that I think the creative team have done a great job on, because this whole arc is about Euless Boss as a child. It gives you an idea about why he became what he is. Now, obviously, it hasn't finished. It's still, I think, generally, the first arc was 4 issues. I think this will probably be the same, but I can't be sure. But they've already established why the character is kind of has the will to take over that he has, and I think obviously going forward, I think it will give you quite a good pattern onto why he does what he does and why he becomes who he becomes. So this really is a really strong issue, because it gives you basically a really strong look into the psyche of Euless Boss. So there is action in it. Don't get me wrong, and the action's brilliantly drawn by Latour. He has a knack for drawing football, and he has also a knack for drawing quite fluid action. So it's not completely devolved of action scenes, but it's more the actual dialogue about what's going on about the characters that really make this issue stand out. The series as a whole has a very gritty artistic style. You don't see any buxom women or handsome men who chisel jaws and all the rest of it. Everyone looks pretty much like they do on the page there. Pretty rough, pretty a bit RAF, to put it politely. But again, it settles into that realism about the whole of the world that the Jasons have created. So I really do think it fits in perfectly with the whole principle around the story. Now, you can pick it up in trade for the first trade. It runs, I think it was the 4 issues, and it runs at the usual Image price of $7.50. The great thing about picking up the single issues, though, is that you do get quite an interesting letters page. Aaron does quite a lot of, and do quite a lot of responding, which is quite cool, and also you get the occasional dessert recipe from the deep South America. So most of them seem pretty heart disease inducing, but if you're a keen baker and you want to try something different, then it might be something you'd like to have a look at. But other than that, I would say that Seven Bastards is an absolutely amazingly strong story and well worth a read. If you like American football, you like a bit of gritty realism, or if you've got fascination to know about what the Deep South really is in its gritty forms, as opposed to all the melodrama stuff, then this is probably the comic for you. So thank you very much for listening. I've been Paul for Backwards Compatible. Take care and goodbye.